We really need to understand this grassroots. So let's take a microfinance trip around the world and just experience it firsthand. I went to a conference hosted by Deutsche Bank, and that's the first time I heard about microfinance. Microfinance just grabbed me because I could keep all of me engaged. The heart, which you would expect with the social sector, but it's the head and the hands as well. You can take your best skills, talents, gifts, whatever success you've had in business, and apply that to something that has a lot of meaning. It's fun. It's an alignment with who you are, really.
The Rockdale Foundation engages in microfinance by supporting organizations that make small loans to groups and individuals who wish to start their own businesses. After exploring possibilities around the world, the foundation chose to focus its work in the Middle East and North Africa, where needs are great and resources are scarce. By investing in the drive, energy, and hard work of individual entrepreneurs, the foundation is rewarded with returns that are vastly more important than financial gains. We've discovered the joy and fulfillment that comes with being a part of something much bigger than ourselves. Something that can really change the world.
That's the beauty of social investment, really, is that sense of connectedness. Wealth can be very isolating. You have to feel like you have to guard it, and people are after it, and who do you trust? But when you start to give, I think of myself as a nurturer of seeds. Maybe the seeds are really there inside of folks, and it's just watering them, and maybe just, if you think of it in terms of a flame, fanning that flame. The neat thing about that is it can be not only with a nonprofit social enterprise, but also the potential social investor. Somebody that's led a successful business and made a lot of money and a wide range of friends, but still has a little emptiness inside of them. What are your dreams for your life? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? I think those seeds need nurturing as well.
Working directly with people in other countries has opened our eyes to the fact that we all share the same goals and dreams, and that we can make a big difference in all of our lives when we work together. True social investment means getting into the trenches with those you want to help as a real partner, someone who listens rather than directs, and someone who's ready to learn a lot.
It's being on the same side of the table with folks. You don't have to agree necessarily, and you want some diversity. You want to push and pull and bring your collective wisdom to bear, but ultimately you're doing it together. There's no getting away from time. Anything worth doing is going to take some time to do this as part of that community, in community with that nonprofit. You can make a grant decision, and the day that person walks out with the money, everything's changed. The conditions have changed, the needs have changed. It's ultimately about that person's ability to go forward with your support. You can't control an environment, you can't control an enterprise, you can't control a collection of people. Why try? You can control your investment, and you should do that. To be a steward of the funds, you can say, well, you might be doing something very successful, but it doesn't connect with what we're doing, and so we need to part ways. You should actually plan for a time when the partnership may need to be over and the partners go in different directions. So for the period of time you're together, it is about influence. It's about inviting them to see your point of view, not to preach to them. You test out some ideas together and see how they work, and then you learn from that. When we were in Morocco, one of the bank presidents, we spent the day together, and at the end of the day we said, well, how do you feel that we can add value? And he said, well, to me it sounds like you're willing to share the risk. You're willing to get in the boat with us and help us row. I said, wow, that sounds great. I hope I can live up to that.
As you can probably tell, social investing is an intensely personal undertaking. Everyone is different. Everyone has different skills. We're born with certain gifts and talents and develop others as we grow. But it's not the talents we have, but how we use them that makes for a complete, worthwhile life. For Bob and for other social investors, the secret is discovering the work that makes you most joyful.
I think it's a journey. Have I found my calling? It's a process, and it's a balance between introspection and external feedback. There are people out there that can say, you seem really happy right now. You should take that as a signal that you could be close to something that's your calling. Joy, I feel like, is the ultimate indication that you're close to your calling. Not just happiness, but the sense of fulfillment that comes from doing something maybe really hard, really bold, and ultimately successful.
It's no surprise that social investing is really beginning to take off among U.S. philanthropists, and it's definitely not limited to microfinance or to any one part of the world. Social investment strategies are as varied as the investors themselves. From teaching new skills to helping nonprofits tell their stories, social investing is happening everywhere.
We used to think that we would keep business and the social sector apart because social service is the soft stuff. Well, I think now the two are moving together. I see the social sector adopting some of the business principles that have proven so effective in the capitalistic marketplace. At the same time, business has learned a lot from the social sector. Things like finding meaning in your work, the sense of balance, creating a culture where people love to work, love to do what they do. You get the most from folks if they're enjoying what they're doing. It's really the power of ideas.
Like any other kind of investing, social investing isn't without risks and pitfalls. But true progress comes when we share both the good news and the bad news with one another and benefit from our collective experiences. Part of our work at the Rockdale Foundation is to share what we've learned, all of it, to make social investing more visible and more accessible to anyone else who wants to get involved.
We're so private with our social investment. We don't want to be hit on. We don't want people always at our door trying to get a piece of the action. And it keeps us from sharing some of the good things that we're doing. And so there's a lot of duplication of effort. There's a lot of really great experiences that could be replicated that we don't even know about. Best practices, lessons learned. There's a lot of mistakes that are made, disastrous experiences that are not shared, and somebody goes right down that same path. I'm a private person. It's not my nature to tell these stories necessarily, but we've learned they are beneficial to other people. It's really part of a community. There's a comforting feeling to say, well, other people are trying this too and going through the trials and tribulations of social investment. And I'm affirmed by that. That doesn't take a lot of money to take a small project that works well and to tell that story.
The bottom line, social investing is an incredible, worthwhile, fulfilling experience that will change your life and the lives of many others. One of our favorite quotes at the Foundation comes from author Marianne Williamson.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.